Is it possible to end the chains of narcissists? For that to happen, you do realize you have to go against the whole system. This nation was founded on narcissism. Racism is a form of narcissism. Our music industry is teaching us to be narcissists. The entertainment, reality shows, movies, all that teaches us to be narcissists. The police using your ignorance against you, knowing you don't know your rights, and overstepping, violating the rights that you know you probably don't know that you have. Narcissists. Economically, we're taught to be narcissists. You want to keep up with the Joneses, don't you? Starting wars to take people's resources. When you get trained for the army, they cut you off from the outside world and they break you down and rebuild you back up. They program you. You go to war, you kill, you kill, you kill. Then you come back to society and you malfunction. Because you know deep down you can't live with yourself for all the fucked up things you've done. You killed children, for God's sakes. You know what else feeds narcissism? Cowardice. Some of us are scared to rise. Some of us ain't even courageous enough that we raise our children, but we're children ourselves. We can't afford those Jordans. We're gonna find our way to go broke to buy for our children because we don't want them to get roasted on at school by other children. Because those children bully themselves at home because they're getting raised by narcissistic parents as well. So to take a break on bullying himself, he's going to find a weak and defenseless child to bully. And what better way is to find a child who don't have the shoes or the attire so he get talked about. I thought we was all here for education, which is clear that the teachers there to miseducate you and don't give a damn about your education. They just there for a paycheck. The school doesn't measure intelligence. It measures obedience. Prime example, if you say, did Christopher Columbus discovered America? And I say he stole the country, killed, and everything else. He didn't discover something that was already here. They will mark me wrong, which technically I'm right. If the other student says, yes, he's discovered America, he passed. Which means, yes, it don't measure intelligence, it measures obedience. Now you trick people to believe that just because you're book smart, you're smart. That you just memorize real good. Because you won't learn how smart you are until you start rubbing shoulders with people in the world. I've met a lot of book smart people that were dumb as fuck. Once you step into the real world, you'll know how smart you are, or how smart you have to be. This is enough to saying I'm smart, but being smart is an action. Then let's talk about the school shooter. On the surface of things, he just came to school and snapped out and shot everybody. News don't cover that he was pushed into lockers every damn day. He was getting beat up. He told the teacher, he told the principal, nothing ever got resolved. They just looked over it. Who gives a fuck about that child? And the thought of going to school every single day makes him regurgitate. Till one day he snapped. And that's all that it covers. This child is crazy. He snapped and he just went the fuck off. They didn't mention that a lot of narcissistic kids was beating him the fuck up every day. When all I wanted to do was learn. The kids turn 18. He set them up to go to college and they're already in debt. 75% of those kids who go after that major will not work in their field. And not only you don't work in your field, you got to pay the college their money back. The same place you go to get healed from the hospital is the one gave you the sickness in the first place. It's all part of the same corporation. Instead of healing you, I'd rather treat you. Because if I treat the problem long enough, you'll be a customer forever. And I'll tell you something can't be healed because I can't heal it. Don't mean it can't be healed. The noise of the world is so noisy, so frustrating, and I'm running from myself and fighting the world at the same time. So I suppress myself by getting into narcissistic relationships, narcissistic friendships, and being raised by a narcissist to begin with. I mean, really think about that. We're running from ourselves while trying to fight the world. And when I say the world, I don't mean the actual world. I mean the people that is in it. So we make it hard for ourselves and we try our best to make it hard for others. We laugh at each other's pain. Try to go to church and find God. The preacher fucking your wife. Some preachers don't want your wife. They want your kids. Now I'm miseducated. I can't even find God because the preacher telling me to hold on to hope. As long as I got hope, I can keep fighting a never-ending battle that things will never change. Working a 40-hour week job. If you drop dead this very moment, there will be another warm body replacing you in seconds. They don't give a fuck, and they're not coming to your funeral. They're not showing you no loyalty. You live for the weekends. Party, drink, and do whatever to get away. Sunday, you go to church to recharge your battery, vent, and release just to go back and put on the pressure doing it all over again. And you get called for jury duty, you get to decide somebody's fate. You say voting is important, yet we're voting for somebody who don't know what they're doing to tell us what to do. Not really, because they just a face anyway. Two-headed snake on one body. Our forefathers were narcissists. Like father, like son. Babylon was a whore. Like mother, like daughter. To be honest with you, we are programmed to think the way we think. the way we move. Think of a whole bunch of black people, right? You be standing there by yourself. You see 9 black people running, you're gonna run in their direction, and you don't even know why the fuck they're running. And that's the world we're living in. A whole bunch of people that are running from something and don't even know what the hell they're running from. In essence, in closing, if you finally really want to end the chain of narcissism, it goes deep in relationships, goes deep in friendship, it goes deeper than how you were raised. You might have to go against the very system that create them in the first place, for those who need it. Sometimes we chase after the bee. The real answer is you gotta destroy the hive.